Good morning all, this is Krishna from DgWebTechs. Please join with us to learn digital technologies and become a full stack developer in your IT career. Day by day I am going to teach you all the latest technologies on the digital platform. For that, how do we do it? First, I will teach you all the fundamentals so that you will learn all the fundamentals in each and every technology. And we will implement and will see results on the spot so that you will become an expert. The same principle I will apply all for my future videos, and I will teach you all the latest technologies by following this principle. Please join with us and do share, subscribe for more future videos. In this series, I am going to talk about Vue Js. Vue Js is a progressive JavaScript framework, and we'll see what is progressive JavaScript framework. And this is the more popular JS library nowadays, and more websites are building with Vue Js. In this series, we are going to discuss about Vue Js version 3. I will cover all the topics from version 3, and there are more enhancements has been added in version 3 compared to version 2. If you are familiar with the version 2, it's a more easy to understand version 3 concepts. And whoever started directly with the version 3, also it's fine to understand Vue.js features. And we need to have the basic understanding on HTML, CSS, JavaScript to learn Vue.js concepts. If you doesn't know also, it's fine. You can learn basic things from HTML, CSS and JavaScript so that you will understand all the features from Vue.js. Moreover, we need to learn selectors, objects, data types from the JavaScript, and we will use them in the Vue.js to perform operations on the HTML templates. So Vue.js is a progressive framework for building user interfaces. That means if you want to develop any web applications, we will implement a lot of templates and we will perform the operations among the templates. In the same way, Vue.js, we will perform all the operations on the template by getting all the data with the help of the selectors. So the word progressive framework is implemented as an additional markup to HTML. That means whenever you are performing any operations with the Vue.js, it will create a additional markup on the template and it will perform the operations. It is basically a template model bound to a data model. That means if you are changing anything in the view, it will reflect in the model, or if you are changing anything in the model, it will reflect in the view. That means it will support the two-way data binding. Two-way data binding is a more familiar concept with respect to Angular framework, and the same framework has been introduced here, and they are implementing or they are performing operations on the HTML templates. Vue.js will directly work with the templates. We will see all the theoretical concepts with the practical examples. And if you want to develop your web application with the Vue.js, we will get this below benefits. That means it will support the progressive enhancement. If you want to add Vue.js library to your current application, we can add it in the simple way, and we can implement all the new features with the Vue.js without modifying any existing code. And it will take the less time to implement all the features, and the effort also very less compared to other languages, and we will be having the less investment on the requirements. And coming to version 3, these are the basic features they have introduced. From version 2, they have given support from ES5 features onwards. In version 3, they gave directly support to TypeScript, and we can implement all the features with the help of the TypeScript. And they have introduced a composition API. We can implement one component and we can reuse same component in the other pages. All the templates which are being developed in the Vue.js, we will be calling as teleports. So they give the teleport support, and we'll see with the example. And moreover, they have given support for multi-root components. That means in the single page application, if you want to communicate from one component to other component, we will use the data bindings. In the same way, Vue Js also, they have introduced multi-root component so that the communication will be easier. So these are the new features. They have been added in the version 3, and we will see all them with the practical examples. And moreover, Vue Js is a dynamic framework where we can implement all the dynamic components and we can reuse them in our current application, and we can use to develop single page applications as well. So in the version 3, they have added composition API where we will develop all the templates by using component architecture, and I will show you all the features with respect to example. So this is about small introduction about version 3 and Vue Js. First of all, if you want to learn Vue Js, we need to have minimum knowledge on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, since the Vue Js will be working with the selectors and they will perform all the operations by using HTML selectors. And all the features from the JavaScript, data types, objects, function protocols and promise object, we will use, and we will implement all the rest of features from our application. So now we'll see small example with a version 3 application, and we'll see how we're gonna add Vue Js to our web application. Many of them already familiar with the version 2, and they might be using Vue Js in your current application. In the coming videos, I will explain all the V3 features and I will show them with the examples. So we will develop one complete application with the Vue Js, and we will interact with the web service as well. I will create one application with RESTful web services, and I will show you how to interact with our RESTful services with the Vue Js. If you want to know more details about Vue Js, please visit vuejs.org, where you will find the related details with the Vue Js.